All right, what's up guys? Steven with Diamond Hands Detailing. Going to be showing you guys some changes that have been made to my 5x8 pressure washing setup. So something I said I would probably never do, and I already did it. I went ahead and got a 8 GPM pressure washer installed. I got this thing brand new. It's a Cat gear driven pump with a Honda GX 800 motor running it. I had this installed at Ameritech in Tampa. They did the full install and plumb for me. As you can see, the plumbing here is a bulkhead fitting with a ball valve coming from the IBC tote. They ran it around the fuel tank they installed here. You got a filter in line straight to the pump. This thing's amazing. I kind of regret ever saying I would never get one of these, because now I'm kind of the other way around. I don't think I'll ever go back to a 4 GPM. I could see maybe a 5.5 GPM for smaller jobs, but I'd rather just get another one of these if I ever got something else. I'm gonna kind of show you some other changes I've made here. So first of all, with the pump over there, they did a remote unloader valve install here. This is a K7 unloader. This is actually a flow sensitive unloader versus a pressure trap, so it's really smooth. Whenever you hit the trigger, it doesn't jump or anything. It's actually kind of a nice treat. I didn't know there was a difference, honestly, before I got this thing, but yeah, that's really awesome. And having it remote mounted so it's not jumping on the machine and causing things to break and come loose. They have the return to tank line run up here. So it's kind of embarrassing, but with 8 hours on this machine, I blew the seals. They had to do the rebuild and everything already. But what happened was, in case you guys have your fill line run through the bottom here, this used to have a fill line right here at the bottom that came from my inlet hose. So it came from right here down to the bottom, and what we found out was, because that bulkhead is so close, I was getting air bubbles, and it was sucking in air bubbles from the fill. So what I did was ran a hose up to the top, and I actually have a Hudson float valve there. What that Hudson float valve does is, whenever you're filling up at a job, once it's full, that Hudson float valve will stop the water from coming in, completely stop it. It's like a toilet bowl plunger. So it completely stops it from filling. So that way you're not going back and forth to the tank and accidentally run out of water, which is evidently what they said I probably did, is I ran out of water. It happens, but that was a bummer. Over here on the soft wash side, still got the Delavan pump. I did run everything different here. I got 200 foot of Ameritech line on these hose reels. So another thing I want to mention is both of my hose reels, they're just cheap $120 hose reels from Amazon. I think they're meant for 150 foot, but they hold 200 foot. And I use them for storage only. As you see here, this unhooks, and I would just hook it up to the inlet here on the unloader valve. And then same with my soft wash side. I have cam lock fittings. I completely unwind this and cam lock it up to the Delavan 7 gallon a minute 12 volt pump here. It's ran through my Cigar City soft wash proportioner. And I have a bleach tank over here. This is just a spare bleach tank for right now. Let's see here. We got a water feed line for the 12 volt that comes directly into the water inlet. And then that's pretty much it. I think I showed you guys on the other video my little broom holder, ladder setup, and I have the surface cleaner on this side. I still got the BE16 on here. I also purchased a 36-inch whisper wash with the 8 GPM. So I can knock out concrete super quick with that. My gun that I've been using, gun and tip setup with the 8 GPM is actually right here. I got the MTM blue gun. I threw a little 6-inch extender on there. I've been loving the M5 twist with a Davis shooter tip. And then DN10 ball valve with a swivel. For downstreaming, the way I set the downstreaming setup here, I'll throw a ball valve at the end right here, and then I'll put the downstream injector in, and I have my tube right there. I just drop it in the bleach tank, hook that tube up, and then whenever I'm done applying chemical, what I'll do is just shut the ball valve off, take the injector completely out of the line, and hook it up direct feed to the power line. That way I don't lose any flow. I still use a jumper sometimes, but I really have noticed a pretty significant difference running it in line and then taking the injector completely out. And then I can comfortably use my M5 twist to rinse, and there's no chem drawing at all, even a little bit, from that jumper. So the setup's been awesome. I knocked out that hotel, probably 26,000 square foot, and I want to say 3 hours. I did 11,000 square foot of concrete at a school in 3.5 hours. Yesterday I did 10 portables, 3 breezeways, and a couple basketball hoops, and I got that knocked out in about 6 hours. So this machine has made a huge difference. I can take on big commercial jobs confidently versus that 4 GPM. You just can't get it done. So I was able to shoot 4 stories at that hotel, 4 stories from the ground with ease. So if you're thinking about making the upgrade, take it from me. I said I'd never do it, and I did it, and I will never go back. But that's the setup, guys. 8 gallon a minute, 5x8 trailer. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching.